pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Second and 7. Jones, he's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. First down, Cleveland. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. First carry for their fullback. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Steelers 42-yard line.
On set, Mike 51, Mike 51. Coming to you, coming to you.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
On 3rd down, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's Into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, D.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught here by Griffin.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I got you. I got you. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Yep, motion. Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
51, Mike.
Back to throw here. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Come on.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now. Keep going, boys, moving. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 50. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
We got 4. We got 4.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And his throw here's incomplete. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowler as a rookie, there to bat that one away.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
Even. 4 down, even. Alpha. Mike 51, Mike 51. 3 buzz. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll make it third down. Now, that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Yes! Me, I got this. Echo.
They'll drop the throw. Open man, it's Allen. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Go now. Box try. Check. Mike 50. Ready, go.
2nd and 6. And this is complete. It's Allen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Ready. 30 base. Let's go. Switch. Chopper. Watch the twist. Go. Banjo.
On first and goal, Gurley looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
66. Bullet high. Let's go.
Now Gurley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Get wide. Switch it. Go.
3rd and goal, Gurley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
From just shy of midfield, Jones under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
54, Mike. Yeah. You don't want none. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Watch the slats. Watch the slat. Check 43. What?
Jones operating from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
First down, Cleveland.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A run for Nick Chubb. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Let's go. 91.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Let's make these babies cry all the way, man.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check hot route. Hot.
Throwing on second down, Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third.
51 to Mike, boys, 51. Check. Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51. Oh, you get over here.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Mike. 50. Yep, 50. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Block. And go.
Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Bravo! Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Big stop, D. Big stop, let's go. Tight dog. 80 weapon.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Come on, set. 90. Wolf. Fire. 64. Weak. Hey, Charlie. Got four down. Mike's 50. Hey, 50. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hey. Alert.
2nd and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Second and 10 now from the 27. Now Jones to throw again. He gets it to Cooks. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Browns.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jones now. Off play action. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turned that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it's 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down, 4 down. Nice 7, let's go. Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50. Now, you got to get the ball, D, get the ball right here, let's go. Mike 50, Mike 50. Come on, ready, go.
He'll look to throw. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey. You got three. Three down.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Second and 2 at their 48-yard line.
Down. 6 yards. 51 to mine. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get him.
And again, it's Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Looking to throw. Jones. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Set, hut. Get to Pittsburgh. Check. Watch 54. Coming.
Here's Jones on 1st down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones, and that's complete to Cooks. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a 1st.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
They run. Chubb. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead.
Steelers 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again they run with Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. 72 yards. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. He'll get it up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Okay, break. 58, 58, Mike. I got him. Stop. Motion. Back.
They'll set up a throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got it.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 9, Jones over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
51. 3 bucks. 51 to Mike, boy. 51.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Check nickel, general. Fast. Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Shift.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. It's caught. Beckham. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
6-man. Check girls.
Now on 2nd and 16. Jones. And Cooks has it over the middle. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone. Smoke. Let's go. Hey.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Steelers first down.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Yep, I got you.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check 37, check 37. Rush in, rush in, rush in. 50. Defense wins championships, baby. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Watch the screen. Pass. Seam 6. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Ready, go.
He'll drop to throw. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Now, motion. Hey, Mike, Alpha, 51. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Slam.
Back to throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Check. Crunch. SOS. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Delta. Here we go. Go, Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming. Let's go.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Man, they're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
And they take a knee.
Jones on the field.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Cleveland, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.